Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you? Today we will start Unit 1 for Mega Goal 1 Big Changes. Today we will listen and answer a text about big changes all over the world. We will identify some new vocabularies, then we will ask and answer some questions about the text. We will read the text below, find the sentence that talks about the most important event in each. After you finish reading, write the effect that each important event had. At first, how many paragraphs are there in the text? Excellent. There are 4 paragraphs. The first one is about the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The next one is about the UAE. The third paragraph is about the space race. And the last paragraph is about the communications revolution. Let's start with the first paragraph. It's about Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
The world is constantly going through changes. Look at some important events that have changed the world and affected the lives of many people in modern times. The unification of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. King Abdul Aziz, a gifted leader and dedicated warrior for the cause of Islam, was responsible for the legendary event that marked the beginning of modern Saudi Arabia. In 1902, he regained Riyadh, beat the city garrison, took the Masmak fortress, and established his headquarters in the city. He expanded Saudi Arabia to include all the Hijaz, Makkah, and Medina, and united all the tribes into one nation. On September 23, 1932, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was officially established as a unified Islamic state, with Arabic as the national language and the Holy Quran as its constitution. King Abdul Aziz initiated the building of infrastructure and set Saudi Arabia on the road to modernization.
The first word is affect. What does affect means? It means to produce a change, to produce a change. Unification. Unification is a noun from the verb unify, which means coming together. Legendary means famous. Establish. Establish is to set up or start. Now, who was responsible for the legendary event that marks the beginning of modern Saudi Arabia? Excellent. King Abdul Aziz. The second question is, when was the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia officially established? Excellent. On September 23, 1932. Now, let's listen to the next paragraph. It's about the United Arab Emirates.
The United Arab Emirates, UAE. The Federation of the United Arab Emirates, known as UAE, consists of 7 sheikdoms: Abu Dhabi, Ajman, Dubai, Fujairah, Ras Al Khaimah, Sharjah, and Al Quwain. The city of Abu Dhabi in Abu Dhabi is the capital. UAE was officially established in 1971. It came after the discovery of enormous oil reserves in Abu Dhabi in 1958. The UAE dirham, a single national currency, was launched in 1973. The oil revenues, as well as income from other commercial activities, have been used to develop a thriving economy and social infrastructure. Abu Dhabi now hosts its own Grand Prix at Yas Marina Circuit, and Dubai is home to the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa.
Host. Host. Host is the opposite of guest. What's the meaning of host? Host means to provide a place for. To provide a place for. Now, who can tell me how many sheikh thumbs does UAE consist of? Excellent. 7. 7 sheikh thumbs. The next paragraph.
The space race. The Russians launched the world's first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, on October 4th, 1957. Next, Sputnik 2 went up into space on November 3rd. The Americans won the race to land on the moon more than 10 years later, with Apollo 11 on July 20th, 1969. This is one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind, said astronaut Neil Armstrong, the first person to walk on the moon. Sultan Salman Abdulaziz Al Saud flew on STS-51G Discovery in June 1985 as the representative of the Arab Satellite Communications Organization, Arabsat. He was the youngest person to fly on the space shuttle at the age of 28.
Okay, now what's the meaning of launch? Launch means to send into space, to send into space. Who was the youngest person to fly on the space shuttle at the age of 28? Excellent. He is Sultan Salman Abdulaziz Al Saud. Now, listen to the last paragraph for our lesson today. It's about the communication revolution.
The communications revolution. The first communications satellite, called Telstar, was launched from Cape Canaveral on July 10th, 1962. This marked the start of rapid transmission of TV signals over wide areas. What we take for granted today, satellite television, cellular telephones, wireless and high-speed internet connections, and so forth, were part of science fiction only 40 years ago. Teenagers today are the first real citizens of the digital world. Unlike their parents, they have grown up in a world in which electronic delivery of information and entertainment is natural and more accepted than conventional forms like the newspaper, tape, or film.
Okay, take for granted. Take for granted, which means to accept as part of life. To accept as part of life. Now, what marked the start of rapid transmission of TV signals? Excellent, the first communication satellite. Are you ready to answer the following exercise? Vocabulary. Find each vocabulary word in the text. Read the word that come before and after the vocabulary word and then decide which meaning is best for it. Number 1. To affect. To affect. What's the meaning of to affect? Excellent. To produce a change. Number C. Number 2. To launch. It means to send into space. To take for granted. To take for granted. To accept as part of life. To establish, to set up or start. To host, it means to provide a place for. The next exercise. Comprehension. Answer true or false. Number 1. Sputnik was the name of a Russian spaceship. Excellent. True. King Abdulaziz set Saudi Arabia on the road to modernization? Of course, it's true. Number 3, at present, the UAE has 10 member states? No, very good. Has 7 member states. The UAE dirham came into use in 1963. False. In 1973. The last one. Digital forms of information are something of the past. No, it's of the present. Is it clear, my lovely students? Okay, take care of yourself and goodbye.